Welcome to Undisputed. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are good to go now, live from Los Angeles. I'm Alex Curry here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, but let's get started and get right to it. Last night's your biggest takeaway from the game?
Well, Skip, I got two takeaways, but I'm going to go with my biggest ones first. Skip, Justin Herbert, and I hate saying this, Skip, because he's a rookie. But, Skip, he looked like the real deal. Skip, this dude can flat out throw the football. Now, I knew he had legs because I watched him win the Rose Bowl MVP, and I saw the way he got out of harm's way. And he did that. They won that game more with his legs than with his arms. But I heard people keep saying, but I'm like, well, damn, I don't see it. I mean, I watched him against Auburn, and he looked like the freshman Bo Nix, who's for Auburn. He looked like the upperclassman. Yep. So I'm like, I'm missing something. But everybody that kept evaluating said, man, his arm talent is undeniable. Skip, it's hard to deny it now. And like I said, I hate putting this kind of pressure on a young man so early because he is a rookie. But 7 300-yard games in his rookie year, that's never been done before. He broke Andrew Luck's record. He has more 50-yard completions than any other quarterback in the NFL. More than Russell, more than Mahomes, more than Rodgers, more than Brady. That's saying something. And he just so cool and so calm. And the throws that he's made, if you look at him, Skip, and we watched a lot of their games, they should be better than what they are. They had a 17-point lead against New Orleans. They had a 14, 17-point lead against Tampa Bay. They had Mahomes on the rope. And he made one mistake, and it ended up costing the game.
Wait, did Justin Herbert have the ball in those games?
Yes, he did. Oh. No, Skip. I'm saying he had a 17-point lead. Yeah. But as a young guy, you find as you go along, you find ways to finish the task. You just don't get the lead and just try to coast. But he made a mistake here, a mistake there, that ended up costing the game. But from what I saw last night, Skip, this dude is going to be to reckon with. And because he can run the football, he's not one of these just statues. He got better legs than people think. His arm talent is undeniable. And my second point is, Skip, when we going to give John Gruden some of this credit for this record? I mean, they're making $10 million a year, 4-12, 7-9, not 7-7. And really, Skip, he really should be 6-7 because if Greg Williams don't make one of the most boneheaded plays in the history of the game, they're 6-7. But Justin Herbert talent, for me, my eye test is undeniable. And tied Baker Mayfield with 27 total touchdowns with 2 games to play. So there's a great likelihood this kid is going to end up with over 30 passing touchdowns and maybe another 300-yard game. So, Skip, he was very impressive, and I don't see how – Justin Jefferson, Skip, has been very good too. But right now, that's your rookie of the year.
Okay. You done with your points?
I'm done.
Okay, I will take your 2 points in order, and I can't wait to get to your second point about John Gruden because I have a whole lot to say about that one.
That's your man now.
Still my man. Back to Justin Herbert. I will give you this. I did not see this man play football like this at Oregon, and I must have watched at least 5 games his junior and his last year. Did he come out early? I can't remember. It was his last 2 years at Oregon. But the point was, I watched a lot of Justin Herbert, and I never loved him because he had that tissue paper poise. It was disposable. It just came and went, and he just looked shaky to me. Like, I'm not sure what I'm doing in these big games. I think I might throw it to the wrong team. And it never looked right to me. He never seemed in total command of games. The Rose Bowl was the closest to being in total command, but it shocked me because he was not known as a runner, and yet he won the game with his legs. And I don't see him run that much in pro football, here and there, better than I thought. Right. But I will give you that he's been sensational, standing tall at 6'6", and strong in the pocket and throwing effortless rockets. Effortless rockets all over the field.
Where overtime skill.
He first caught my eye way back early in the season at Tampa Bay when he was suddenly ahead 24-7 because he was throwing rockets over that defense that I should have seen that coming because that Tampa Bay defense is rocketable deep. You can bombs away on Tampa Bay all day. But he couldn't close the deal. Right. And he couldn't close a whole bunch of deals. So I was happy for him last night. He finally closed a big deal on national television, live on Fox and NFL Network, obviously. But he hit Jalen Guyton, former Dallas Cowboy, believe it or not, We had to let him get away because we were so loaded at receiver. But he's pretty good.
Right.
And once again, the decimated Raiders secondary. He ran right by them, and it was 53 yards down to whatever it was, the 2, and finally he went over the top and finally got it in the end zone. Justin Herbert did. Now, back to tying the rookie touchdown pass record of one Baker Mayfield. I'm glad you brought this up because you have termed Baker this year a game manager and a front runner. Let's go back quickly and compare rookie years, shall we? Because Baker started 13 games his rookie year because, remember, Hugh Jackson would not start him from the start.
Correct.
So he did start 13 games. Right. Justin Herbert has now started 13 games.
Correct.
But Justin Herbert has thrown 45 more passes to date through the 13 versus 13 than Baker had 2 years ago in his rookie year.
Correct.
45 more passes because, would you believe Justin Herbert leads the NFL in pass attempts? He's just throwing it. They are going Justin Herbert crazy, and I don't blame them because he is showing that he is the real deal.
Yeah,
okay?
Eckler was out, so they really didn't have a running game, so
fair
it was
enough.
basically him or bust.
Okay, but let's give more credit than Baker got for 27 touchdowns to only 14, or it's pretty high interceptions, but 27 to 14 his rookie year. That was sensational. I don't think Baker got enough credit for 27 in 13 games with 45 fewer attempts than Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's now the flavor of the year in the NFL, and Baker was the it kid, but it was more about Baker on and off the field, what he said, I'm feeling dangerous, that sort of thing. But 27 touchdowns and 13 starts was for a rookie quarterback.
But let me ask you a question. And any of those 13 starts, did you think Baker Mayfield looked as good as this kid looks right now? Skip 7 300-yard games.
Okay, remember, my view is colored. I loved it's colored with crimson and cream because I'm a University of Oklahoma fan. So I wanted him. I thought he should have been the first overall pick. So I was ecstatic that he finally got a shot and seized his shot in his rookie year.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, I saw fire in him. I saw that competitive craziness that he plays with that I love more than this kid is stoic. He is stone-faced.
Yes.
I don't see physical leadership as in body language leadership.
But I'm talking about just ability to throw the football.
No, he's 6'6".
And that was the thing, because you love Kyler. You said Kyler had the great. Kyler ain't throwing the ball like this last year. This kid, Skip, this kid is throwing the ball like a 4 or 5 year vet. We don't see kids coming to the NFL, and what we've seen is more and more guys, because they go to these 7-on-7 passing camps, and they've been throwing and they go talk to Trent Dilfer and all these passing gurus, Skip, and they're better prepared coming into the NFL than what they were, say, 20 years, 30 years ago, obviously. Okay. But what I've seen this kid do, the way he's throwing under pressure, and you know New Orleans can come get you. But look at what he was doing against New Orleans. He was up 17 on New Orleans. Tampa can come get you. Yep. And he was dealing. He doesn't seem afraid of any moment, Skip. I just wish they could have closed out some of these games. They almost gave this game away last night, because I disagree with my former teammate. You got that kind of confidence in your defense? I mean, have you not seen the Raiders just going up and down the field? And you're going to try a 50-plus yard field goal with that janky kicker? So I was.
He's had his moments, but he comes and goes like all of them.
He has the most missed kicks in the NFL.
Michael Badgley.
Yeah, and I don't know
he's made a bunch of them too.
I don't really know if I want to tie my fortunes to him in that situation.
Okay, so he did obviously give the Raiders a reprieve.
Yes.
Okay, now back to John Gruden. I will be the first to tell. Let me finish quickly on Justin Herbert. I should have closed this deal because. I will be the first to admit I was wrong about him.
I was too.
And I was wrong about why didn't the Chargers sign Cam Newton. I just thought it was made to order. I thought it was silver platter as they opened SoFi Stadium that they needed a gate attraction such as former MVP Cam Newton, and they made the right choice going forward. I give you that. That was correct.
Yes.
John Gruden, I know him. I do like him personally. I like him off the field, so to speak. He's fun to be around. He's fun to talk ball with. And I believe he was born to be the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. And he came out last night in an Oakland Raider hat, and he said, oh, somebody played a joke on me. I don't think
anybody didn't.
I think he chose to come out into it. And he is, to your point, the star of the show. He's the biggest star on that team still. And that's the way it's always going to be. So back to your credit, versus blame. He deserves some blame for what's happened. But I'm here to tell you that last night was a soul crusher for John Gruden. I believe from the start with the now Las Vegas Raiders, he never bought fully into Derek Carr. I don't know exactly why or why not, but you could just see it, feel it, hear it from John. He wasn't all in on Derek Carr. There are times when he was grudgingly in love with him, but it was always grudging. Well, there was always a maybe, a but.
Really loved him after they beat him in Kansas City.
40-32.
And Derek Carr had a hand that day.
He did, and they've had some big wins. They won at New Orleans. Was it at New Orleans? Yeah. Or they beat
in Las Vegas.
34-24.